All right, guys, I want to make a alt season special tier list. What do I mean by an alt season special tier list? Well, we can make a tier list about altcoins. And once Bitcoin goes up, then altcoins can go up with Bitcoin, and that's fine. But let's not act like geniuses by them because Bitcoin went up. Your altcoin also went up. If it didn't, you have a trash altcoin, get rid of it. But if you watch yesterday's video, you know that alt season is more likely to come than not. And then there are coins that you need in order to prepare for alt season. Because what's alt season? It's where altcoins outperform Bitcoin, right? And although there will be an alt season, very likely, it doesn't mean that every altcoin is going to outperform Bitcoin. And it also means that one altcoin goes up harder than the other. So in this video, I want to unbiasedly look at a big bunch of altcoins. And with unbiasedly, I mean, I don't care about the narrative, about the news about that altcoin, whatever. I'm just going to look at the charts, right? Because if the narrative or the news or whatever is so great and so impactful, then we can see it on the charts as well. Otherwise, apparently, news doesn't affect the chart, so why would that altcoin move ever, right? Eventually, the charts is all that we need. So I want to go over multiple altcoins. They go from memes to gaming to AI to layer ones to launchpads to whatever, to find out like, hey, what are the altcoins that I would put on top of my list? And also, I want to take you in my thought process, right? How to find the altcoins and what I'm looking at to outperform the market. So like the video. If you like the video already, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and let's get right into the altcoin season tier list. Now, this is going to be a good one. Again, I don't care if I rank your altcoin that you like very low, right? Or high, or in the middle, or the altcoins that I like. It's about what the charts are saying. That's eventually right where the money is. So I feel like, how can you put it that low? I'm sorry, I just look at the chart, right? I'm 100% only looking at charts in this case. All right. So the first altcoin that we go off is Supra. Supra is a new layer one. You start talking about narratives. Okay, whatever. Just to give you a little insight, it's a new layer one on the block. And Supra is at the moment still quite low cap. So let's take a look at Supra. And I don't, again, want to look at Supra on its dollar pair, right? Because that's kind of useless when we look for alt season. Therefore, I want to look for altcoins on their Bitcoin pair. Because we want these altcoins to outperform Bitcoin. That's what an alt season is, right? So they have to look strong on the Bitcoin pair. I think that's the most important thing to ever understand in the crypto market. And I'm talking about that more and more and more lately because the overall altcoin market is at the moment of recording, at least, sitting very, very nicely low on its Bitcoin pair. Matter of fact, it's at the moment of recording, in a perfect buying opportunity right now, just like the two previous cycles. So if your altcoin looks somewhat like this, then it's a decent sign, right? If your altcoin, is way lower, then it doesn't only mean that it's underperforming Bitcoin, but it's also underperforming against other altcoins. And that's important because the market eventually can turn around. But if your altcoin is now already an underperformer, it could still be an underperformer during alt season, right? And that's a waste of alt season, actually. So start with Supra. Supra is a newer project, so it's hard to say. But Supra, it's so far at least holding the low that it had January 20, give or take, right? And when it came out, it found resistance right here, came back down again. When it started to go up in its first leg, it got rejected right there. And then it broke, came down, support, support, and now again right there. So with Supra, it's for me not that I'm saying like, wow, this is holding up very, very well. It's basically just down only, right? However, it has some moments where it shows like, hey, we got this. So with Supra, at the moment, I feel like it is risky, and I don't know why they make this red. This is just a basic template, right? But S is good and D sucks, right? Like, so with Supra, I would feel like, okay, we'll place them somewhere in the middle. Okay, I changed it. Let me do it like this. It's a little more clear. So Supra, so far, I cannot call it a good hold. but it might change into that. For now, it's decent, right? So that's the first one. Next one is Mark. Now, we all know Mark. Mark is a meme coin. That's great. So let's go to Mark on its Bitcoin pair, and let's find out how Mark is looking at the moment. So Mark has a little problem at the moment, and that's that the first big support is broken, and it's on the way to its next and potentially one of the last support levels before it. Like if that breaks, then Mark is like, that's not so great, right? So it's understandable if Mark falls another 30, maybe even 45% against Bitcoin. And you might be like, whoa, that's a lot. I know. But it's also a meme coin, right? Meme coins are known for big gains and big losses. And in this case, at the moment, it's in its big loss phase, basically. But Mark has a lot of support right here. You can see it on the daily even better. It went into there in February 2024 and it was still holding in May. So this should be a decent level if you want to get some Mark. Again, then it's still the question. For now, I would say I'm not buy. I wouldn't buy this right now in the middle of a downtrend, right? So that's already. But assuming that it gets here, then I would say that that's a really nice opportunity chart-wise. So I would say Mark looks not good at the moment, but it's definitely decent and better than Surprise. It just has more, to hold on to, basically. It has more support. Next one is Katana Inu. Katana Inu had a hype for a while, right? Meme coin, it had the pumponomics, it has the gaming, it had it all. And let's look how this is looking chart-wise. So if we go to Kata USD dividing by Bitcoin USD, for anybody using TradingView, that's how you look for these Bitcoin pairs, basically. Katana Inu is awful at the moment. I mean, it came out. I am not sure if this is full history, actually, right? It came out December 2021. Is it really already that old, by the way? That's like, okay, let's search for Katana Inu to confirm that this is indeed the right one. I had no clue that this one was already that old, actually. It is, okay. Katana Inu sucks. I cannot lie about this. For the people that may hold this token, you might be like, oh yeah, no, I like the project, and you fucking suck, FOMO, with stupid analysis. But the chart is just showing like, dude, no, right? It had this support for a while, basically, from May 2022. It came out, it crashed straight down. It found support. It bounced really hard, found support there as well, right? Bounced for a long time, came down, bounced on that support, and now it broke. So this is the time where you should say, okay, Kata, it's now in price discovery to the downside. I don't know what the fuck you are going to do, how much lower you're going, but I don't want to be there. So Katana Inu is bad, right? Bad Katana Inu, bad doggy. So let's go to the next one, which is Engine Starter. Engine Starter is a launchpad. And generally for launchpads, I would make some kind of an exception because launchpad tokens are one of the, or the only one at least, kind of exception to the rule. You do not only buy this token to make money with the token, basically, right? All these tokens, basically, you buy it and you hope it gets higher and then you sell it. Launchpad tokens, you can hold, participate in the IDOs, make money that way, then it doesn't really matter if the token itself goes down. So they are generally an exception. However, in this case, I wouldn't say that Engine Starter is much of an exception right here, because Engine Starter did not just break down, right? As you can see right here, it had its support right here, just like Katana Inu basically, but it went down way harder. And I'm a little, look, I said I'll only want to look at the charts. Based on the chart, it's fucking dead. I can confirm that Engine Starter, apart from the charts, isn't doing that well as well. So therefore, I don't see this one as an exception. And I just look at the chart and be like, engine starter is freaking wrecked, right? Like, this is not what you want to buy. It's not showing any form of strength against Bitcoin right now. So why would it in alt season, right? When everything turns around, why would you pick the loser, right? Because it's also very much, again, this is how the total altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair looks like, at least above the October lows, right? If you look at engine starter, the October is sitting here, right? And it's already way lower than that. So this thing is exceptionally bad. Therefore, I would say engine started bad in front of it, like the worst. Then it has to be after it, by the way. So the worst. Next one, Crown. Crown gaming project on Solana, horse racing shit. I like the narrative though. But do we like the chart? Let's find out. No. Crown, heavily underperformer. You might like the project again, but chart-wise, this is very clear. This has been wrecked only season for Crown. And I would get out. So I would place Crown after Katana Inu, before engine starter. Bad. Next one, SPX. Now let's look at SPX. Here we go. So newer meme coin, have to put it on a shorter time frame. That makes it a little harder, of course. It does not have history. It doesn't show like, hey, can we hold up to previous levels? Because there are basically no previous levels. So this one, therefore, is riskier. Two, it's riskier because it's a meme coin. The positive thing is, though, that on a short time frame, it holds up very well, right? It holds up at least to where it completely broke out, came down to that level, bounced again, came down to that level again. So far, this is looking like a great opportunity, actually, right? Now, again, this video is not a guarantee that something is a good buy or not, right? Charts can do this, even though there's support. But the chance that this chart is going to do this is lower than that a engine starter, for example, is going to do that, because this at least has support, right? So with the SPX, based on the chart, I would say this is a good hold, right? Be careful. Again, risky, new, still chart-wise, looking pretty good. Next one, fuck is this? Celestia. This is Celestia, I think. Yeah, it is Celestia. So when it comes to Celestia, let me take a real quick look. Here we go. Yeah, okay, confirmed. Otherwise, I'll look like an idiot. Celestia had a big hype. A lot of people were very bullish on Celestia, and that's nice. How does the chart look? 4 hour, okay. Daily. Oh, okay. Terrible. Not a buy at all, right? If you ever was like thinking to buy this, then I hope this video can help you save yourself. I don't even know where to draw the support. Like it just goes down, right? Yeah, we can say this level right here. That should have been at least somewhat of support right here. Tested, went up, went into it, went up again, went into it, up again, resistance, rejected, now price discovery to the downside. Bad looking chart. I would not buy this. I would put it here. Next one, Near protocol. A lot of people bullish on Near. At least they were, right? Let's take a look what the chart is saying. Is it a good buy or not? And disclaimer for the people that are new, by the way, I am not the best TAer, but I am in crypto now for this is my 12th year, by the way. And I know by now that, like what I said, you can take a look at altcoins on their dollar pair. But if they go up just because Bitcoin is going up, then what's the point? Then you can better buy Bitcoin that's lower risk, right? So you'll at least want to buy altcoins that hold up against Bitcoin. Otherwise, there is no fucking point in the whole wide world to buy that altcoin. Okay, I want to make it very, very, very clear. I understand that you compare with dollars because you buy your things with dollars as well, right? So the dollar is in your head, but Bitcoin is going up against the dollar. The dollar is eventually not what's going to make you money. So I hope this is clear, right? This is basic crypto. It took a long time for me to learn it though, right? And I hope people on this channel can learn it a little faster than I did. Would have saved me a lot of money. Near, at the moment, it's not looking fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, right? It's basically almost, yeah, except for this kind of, it's sitting near all-time lows, right? So it's, again, when we are sitting so low, that is risky. Then again, if we compare it to the altcoin market, it's supposed to sit that low, right? So when it comes to that, I feel like, okay, near is still above its October 2023 lows. October 2023 was here, right? The altcoin market itself is sitting below that. So if anything, then near is in the slightly longer term, right? A little bit of an outperformer. Still has a great buying opportunity because every time it got to this level, huge pump, right? So near looks very good at the moment to me. And I will put it above SPX. One, the narrative is much safer, but I'll try to, I promise to ignore that. Two, the chart has more history, right? SPX has a lot to prove, and near, it already proved that it can, right? No guarantees, but still. Then we have ChainGPT. ChainGPT is it's great. It's great. As a launchpad, they're outperforming. Price-wise, they are outperforming. By the way, when I look at this chart, I've drawn this not too long ago, and it looks that this is. Oh yeah. Okay. Well. At the moment, I would say ChainGPT is a fantastic buy at this specific moment, right? Because of this uptrend right here. If it does break though, then it still has this to fall back on. And it had clear support in 2023 for 2 months. And the other time it got there, it bounced really hard as well. So that's what you see with these kind of coins on their Bitcoin pair, right? How sometimes you get a bottom, double bottom, and rip. And yeah, it can get there again, definitely. And I would say that that would be a fantastic buy, actually. So far, the best looking chart out there. I think that this is a great hold. So far, the real great hold. And with great hold, I mean throughout the whole alt season that we are expecting. Next one is Prime. Now, Prime, little AI, little gaming. I don't know. I don't need to explain to you, right? But maybe you don't know about Prime. Chart-wise, let's take a look what's going on right here. Yeah, I mean, come on, right? Beautiful, beautiful, right? I get the current sentiment in the market, right? Altcoins are down, so being a little bitch and I'm not gonna buy, and all season is not gonna happen. And, on the other hand, when was this not an opportunity? Right? That's, you have to look at the lows and be like, yeah, okay, if I want to enjoy the profits from the highs, I have to buy the lows, right? Yeah, what better moment is there than now? No, nowhere, basically. Yeah, when it was just out. Prime, beautiful. Resistance here when it broke, retested as support. We had that mid-cycle little altcoin rally, came back down as support multiple times. Kind of a, yeah, not perfect, but a triple bottom kind of pattern. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. At this moment, it can go down to the lower side of this green box. Let's not try to time the bottom. Prime is looking really good, and I will put this kind of together, actually, with ChainGPT, because I honestly think that this is a great looking chart. The next one that we have is VRA. VRA is a somewhat of an older project. Had a lot of hype. People were talking about it a lot. Now it's quiet, right? And why is it quiet? Because VRA USD divided by Bitcoin USD is now sitting at the lows and nobody wants to buy at the lows. So is this a great buy or is this not a great buy? How perfect do you want it to be? I mean, again, no guarantees, right? Nothing like that. But a better moment than this to buy, there isn't, right? Last time we got there, even these small casual pumps that it got were like 500%, right? Again, right here, 700%. The real pump in Altseason was 9,000%, right? Yeah, I mean, we are now at those levels again, right? Again, guys, I understand the sentiment and I understand the emotions and it can do this. But again, if that's your thesis, then if you then you can't handle the altcoin market. I think if things are low, right? That's an opportunity, and don't mix opportunity with fear. Okay, so if anything, this is a fantastic buy right now. Can it go down another like 50%? Yeah, it's a huge range, right? So if you heard me talk about VRA in the first 5 seconds and you press the buy button with your mortgage, it could be that you have to wait a couple months, right? And that it goes down a lot in the meantime. But on the big picture, yeah, looking fantastic actually. And this looks like a great hold. I will put it behind ChainGPT and Prime, and that's one because it still has some downside, and two, it's an older coin, doesn't have the newer coin hype. So next one is, I think this is Tau BitTensor. Let me check for the to be very clear. Yeah, good morning, Tau. Also great hype, right? People call it the Bitcoin of AI, and especially a couple months ago / a year ago, people were really bullish. Now let's take a look at Tau, right? Now Tau at this moment, let me put it on the daily because it's also slightly newer, right? Yeah, it bounced already a little bit from this area right here. So if anything, we might be a little too late. But Tau is showing that, hey, every time it gets towards this region, it bounces, right? It is strong against Bitcoin. And another reason why a coin needs to be strong against Bitcoin, again, if we take a look at a chart like Engine Starter, right, that we discussed, it's weak against Bitcoin. What if Bitcoin has a 20% correction, right? It's crypto, right? Could happen. What do you think is going to happen with Engine Starter on its dollar pair if it also crashes against Bitcoin, right? This will go straight to hell. Therefore, you want to pick, if you are in altcoins, at least pick altcoins that hold up against Bitcoin, right? It will be much more beneficial during alt season and it will wreck you way less during a correction. I hope that you apply that. NFA. Anyway, Tau looks really strong. Look, and I mean, it is, we can't lie, right? It's in a downtrend since October 2024. It's not perfect right here with this wick, but it is clearly making low lows and lower highs. So if anything, with Tau, what you can do is wait a little bit until at least end February or whatever to see how this is going to play out. Is the support zone going to win or is this diagonal going to win? Given the stage of the market, I think that like it will break out, but who knows? So based on that, I would say like it's not there yet. It's not there yet, right? So therefore, I would put Tau as a good hold after near. Yeah. Ronin. This is also, okay, let me put a little narrative in because it's not really unimportant. people say that gaming is dead. 99% of the time when people say something is dead, it's a great buying opportunity, right? If everybody was bullish on gaming, then you will never have the chance to buy low, right? The only times that you have to buy low, that you can buy low on whatever, is when people are not bullish on it or not aware of it or whatever, right? So try to let that go. Ronin is the flagship of crypto gaming, basically, right? And in my opinion, that narrative is going to be the most hated rally because a lot of people think they're smart and they say that gaming is dead, and they will have a very hard time very soon, I think. Ronin, look, I mean, again, guys, everything can break down, but that disclaimer aside, what better buying opportunity do you want, right? When it got here, pump, right? And it doesn't look like much, right? But this was a 108% pump, right? When it got here, pump. When it got here, pump. Pumps are even getting bigger at that level, right? Except for this one. But even the last one, right? The last one, not too long ago, casual 75% against Bitcoin, right? Imagine if Bitcoin also goes up. Now it's there again. If you ever thought about buying Ronin, this is the best time, basically, that you get. Not a couple weeks ago, not a couple months ago, not even a year ago, right? Because I was here. Now. So I would say Ronin, great. Let me be clear, this tail list can change over time, right? I cannot now foresee how a coin is going to look in a couple of months. Again, this could break down, and then it wasn't a great buy. But it's not a matter of being right or not. It's a matter of using this and make your best guess, basically, because that's all what we're doing in crypto, right? Again, it's safer to guess on something like this than on something like this, right? I think we can agree on that. So for now, I will put Ronin as a great hold. At the very top of it, actually. Who knows, in a couple of months, it will be in the bad list. Because things can change like this in crypto. So no guarantees. I know it's useless what I'm saying for you right now. Like, oh, is it great or not? Now it's great. Things can change. Next one, Render. Yeah, I mean, Render was already outperforming Bitcoin when the rest of the altcoin market wasn't, right? If we look at Render on its Bitcoin pair and we overlay the rest of the altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair, it basically did the other way around, right? Altcoins on a Bitcoin pair went down only, Render went up only. Can you imagine what it does during Altseason, right? And now we also get a good opportunity because this is a big level, right? So at this particular moment, look, never go all in. But if you want to DCA, then what better chance do you want, right? So Render, absolutely fantastic hold, actually. Like this, buy Ronin, like you should be there, Render. This is the best looking chart so far, honestly. Chainlink. Chainlink is getting a lot of hype lately again, and that's funny. Because I noticed, right, like a couple months ago when meme coins had their moments, people said, oh, utility's dead, meme only, blah, 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 blah. And guess what's down 80%, basically? The meme coin market, right? People getting sick of it, and now people are talking a lot about Chainlink. Like, bro, stick with utility. That always comes back at least, right? And Chainlink is the most used project in crypto. It's a boring project, but it will never go away. Never. Too many protocols using Chainlink. And they have to pay the Chainlink protocol with link tokens. So there will always be revenue and that will always be good for the chart. Apart from that, interesting, right? Kind of the same chart as Tau, but on a longer time frame, right? Chainlink has been going down, can't lie, since August 2020. 2020, right? So Chainlink is actually a very heavy underperformer. Then again, the level where it got 2 months ago and where it's approaching right now is a multi-year support level. So that's looking fantastic. Now, again, based on this chart, this is bad. Based on this chart, compared to the fact that, watch the previous video, that Altseason, that's a no-brainer, then there's a very good chance that this is the level where it bounces again. Time-wise, makes sense. Chart-wise, it all lines up. And then Chainlink could be one of the big winners, actually. So far, I'm not buying it yet. I don't have it yet. I'm waiting to see what it does, right? If it breaks out, retest, I'm gonna buy that. Could have bought lower, yeah, right? But if it does get rejected and then go down, I'm happy I didn't buy, right? So sometimes you have to wait for that. So Chainlink is definitely a good hold, in my opinion. Chart-wise, worse than near. But yeah, I think I would put it there. Yeah. Then we have Star Atlas, I think it is. Polis token. Let me confirm. Yeah, Polis token. Polis is a crypto game on Solana. Right, so if I have to put some narratives. On Solana, right, the popular chain, and a game, popular narrative, future popular narrative. I know you faded right now, but just wait, right? With a market cap which is way too low for the quality that they have. Let me start with that. But let's take a look what the chart is saying. Like, yes, it is good. Yes, the quality is way too great for their market cap. Yes, they are on a popular chain. Despite all of that, it has been making a cycle low or a all-time low this week. So therefore, I said at the beginning of the video, things can look good, things can be great, the narratives and the expectations. But if the chart, even based on all of that, doesn't give a fuck, then what needs to happen, right? So Polis, I've sold mine personally. And I would put it in the bad one, right? I will put it in front of it because I do think that if one of these is most likely to bounce, then it's going to be Polis. Other than that, I would say purely chart-wise, screw Polis. I am not in. Next one is XRP. Now, this should give me some controversial comments. XRP. Unbiased look. Unbiased look, Fomo. Don't be biased. Don't be biased. Okay. I'm going to be positive about something, about XRP for the first time in my life. Okay. Now, the thing about XRP is, if you look at this, then you can be like, well, XRP went to $3. True. But compared to what it does against Bitcoin, it's not higher than what it's been since 2019. So you could have better bought Bitcoin since then, right? That's simply what it is. Bitcoin, way lower risk. And apparently XRP did not make any returns against Bitcoin for the last 6 years, even with this huge pump that we just had, right? So that's kind of the thing that's the thing with XRP. Now, if we look at the bright side of life, you can see that this level, give or take, has always been support for XRP, right? And let me put this as resistance because that's simply what it is for the last 6 years, right? So, wait. Here we go. Yeah. So, sorry. If I look at this chart, and if I would have made this video a year ago, based on this chart, I would have said like, yeah, okay, it might be the boring XRP, but one day it will pump, right? I mean, obvious support. Now it's sitting at obvious resistance. Plus, on top, the fact that crypto has a money flow where Bitcoin pumps first, then high caps, and then low caps, it's likely that this money eventually will flow into a low cap. Again, guys, if you like XRP, that's great. But look at the charts. Since the last 6 years, it has been rejected from this level. You can gamble that it's gonna, gonna go up. Now you can do that. But that's a big gamble to make, and you are betting against all odds. And even in the 2021 extremely huge alt season, again, this is the alt season chart. What alt season started here and went all the way up. What did XRP do in that time? Went from here to here, right? So during a huge alt season, XRP went down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have high hopes for XRP, and if I would have any, the first thing I would do today is sell XRP with everything that I have, right? So no, I'm too bad I didn't have XRP, because it would be an insane great sell right now. But XRP is not even a bad buy; it is a good sell, right? So therefore, I have to put it. Yeah, I cannot put something like behind engine start at this moment, because that's in price discovery, really. But XRP is not a buy. Next one is AVAX. AVAX, layer one, right? We try to get all kind of narratives right here. AVAX is a screaming fucking buy for me at this moment, right? If you look at this chart, you can see very clearly that if it has a bottom and it has a double bottom, the pump that comes after that is crazy, and it's now sitting at that level again, right? It's been holding this level since July 2024, right? So it hasn't gone lower, really, yeah, a little lower, but not, really lower than July 2024. If we look at July 2024 on the altcoin market, that was here. This is obviously lower, right? AVAX has been holding these levels since forever, basically. So in that case, this is a brain dead buy for me at this moment. And it does go with the market. Again, Render outperformed the market. So I cannot put it in front of Render. It's like you can buy more lows on AVAX than on Render. But I would put it behind Render, before Ronin, actually. Like Ronin is also a great buy, but it's kind of hanging there, right? And AVAX is just showing like, hey, when we get here, you fucking buy me, you make profit. So simple it is, right? Next one is Immutable X. Immutable X. Gaming project. I had it in my portfolio. I sold it a while back. And that's for a simple reason, because the chart sucks, right? The chart is showing that IMX was in the support right here forever. It broke, kind of retested, and now is going down. And it's in price discovery, making a new low as if today, probably, right? Yeah, never went lower than today, basically. So selling whenever, how long ago, was a good idea, because then you didn't have to write this down, right? And it is very dangerous to say to yourself, if you like IMAX, fine, but it's very dangerous to say like, well, I'm just going to hold a falling knife, see how far it falls. Why don't you just get rid of it, wait for it to fall, to lay on the ground, and then if you want to pick it up, right? Why do you necessarily want to have your money there when it's doing this? Because you think it now is going to do this. The chances are not that likely in price discovery, right? So holding IMX is more risky than not holding it. And therefore, I would say IMX is bad at this moment. And I would put it here after Star Atlas. Next one is the Elysium, a project that we talked about since day 200 before Christ, basically, because we went into the node sale. Made a lot of money on that, if you followed it at least. And yeah, it comes out, it does fantastic. And we're making a passive income on it, so I am not complaining. Now, AGI, let me see where the hell I have my AGI. I think I have it here. Yeah, AGI. AGI is showing, at least with the history that it has, like, hey, we came out, bounced. I should just put this a little higher, by the way. I don't know. It doesn't make sense at all what the fuck I'm having right here. Came out really hard, down towards this level, broke it. However, it did came back. Resistance, so this level really means something, right? Again, when it left it, pumped really hard, down again to this level. Yeah. I mean, can it break it again? Yeah, definitely. There's more support for AGI, but this level means something, right? So it is at least doing better than most other altcoins, or a lot of other altcoins, which are sitting at the lows or lower, right? And AGI is sitting obviously above that with 216%, right? So it's obviously an outperformer. Not only against Bitcoin, well, not against Bitcoin really, but at least against the rest of the altcoin market. So Delisium is, in my opinion, a good hold. After near, yeah, I think. Next one is OXO. OXO, AI, privacy, exchange, blah, whatever. How did I draw this? Let me redraw. Let me check. Because it's obvious that it's been holding lows, right? And I would say, yeah, look, this whole area right here, it's a big range. But look what it did right here, so much resistance. And after that, it broke out really hard, came down, bounced really hard, came down, bounced really hard, came down again in that same area, right? So this is fantastic. Can it go down to the lower side of this range? Probably / likely, another 25% down. But again, it's been holding these levels for a long time, 1.5 years, and it just won't break. So what better buying opportunity do you want, right? So I would say OXO has a little more history than most. I would say this is a really good hold. I would put it here. Next one is Carrot. A lot of hype, right? Carrot, my pet hooligan, insane, great looking game, especially crypto terms, right? Crypto gaming is a little behind Web2 gaming, but it's catching up and it is starting to look really good. And my pet hooligan is one great example of that, basically. So let's take a look at their token, Carrot. Fuck that. Like, again, something can look very good, but people are in for the money. Let's be honest. And the chart is, it didn't even really had a support level much, right? Like maybe this level right here a bit, right? But yeah, if we look from that point, it's now already down 76%. This is meme coin kind of shit, right? So Carrot, I think that in the next cycle, if they perform and deliver, this could be a great buy, because also then there's a lot of vesting done, etc. For now, I wouldn't touch this with a cent. Chart is looking terrible, and I would say I would put it after Celestia, before Crown. Next one is, what the hell is this? I think it is Corpo, by the way. Let me check. Yeah, Corpo. Corpo also game. Well, it's not a game. It's a gaming studio infrastructure thing. Yeah, a lot of hype when it came out. Vesting sucks though. It's something to look at, right? It is very low cap though. It has a strong community, but the question is it strong enough? Well, the answer to that question is maybe no. Like maybe yes, maybe no. This is a doubting one, right? Like I would say if we look at this chart right here, then it's not in price discovery yet. So we cannot make the assumption already that it's terrible. But it has some work to do at the moment. right? It is at least holding the November lows and where it came out. So, okay, fair enough. It is showing some strength. Then again, it is in a pretty heavy downtrend right now. So I think there's, yeah, only time can tell, guys. Only time can tell. Last time it bounced off this level, it went up with 250%. Right, so it might be a real opportunity right now, actually. May not be that bad. I would say that's so close to the lows as well, and new and low cap and everything combined. I would say it is a little meh, meh, right? And meh as in it either can pump really hard or it can go into price discovery, and I don't know what to choose at the moment. Next one is, I think, is Quant. There were so many people saying Quant going to $10,000, and they were sure that it's gonna outperform everything, and it's $100. So no, no, Quant hasn't been doing well. Compared to the unreal expectations that some people have, but it's kind of the same as saying that XRP going to $200 or something like that. Don't be a retard, right? Manage your expectations and let's see how Quant is actually doing. And Quant on its Bitcoin pair is, oh, this is an older drawing. Well, apparently, I mean, first big support broke, right? So that was the big level basically. Right? You can see it pretty obvious right here that this whole level was supposed to be support. Came out, came down there again, broke, retest, down really hard, right? So Quant not holding up. It's a sinking ship. Price looks terrible. It is slightly above its November lows. Then again, the November lows were also just based purely on fucking reckoning, right? I mean, the altcoin market is also a little above the November lows, right? But it's also because the November lows are not that much lower than June 2023, for example. Yeah, November here compared to June 2023 was here, right? From that moment, Quant went down with 85%, and the overall altcoin market, not much actually. So yeah, being above a level that was completely in the trash can is not something to be proud of actually. Quant looks like fucking crap. And I would put it here, purely because it's not in price discovery at this moment anymore. But then again, like, yeah, Quant shows like, hey, it can at least bounce here and there before it makes you even more poor. And an engine starter, for example, cannot do that. But overall, if I have Quant, I would sell the crap out of it right now. I still can. Next up is Solana. This video is taking long. I'm tired. You know about Solana. Solana is doing well, and Solana is actually, look, Solana is double for me right now. It has outperformed Bitcoin in 2023 really hard. However, in complete full 2024, it was not worth buying Solana, right? Because it just literally went sideways. Yeah, up and down, overall sideways, right? So when it comes to returns, you were better off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is lower risk. So overall, Solana is not outperforming Bitcoin anymore. So why would you take more risk and buy Solana now? That's one way how I look at it. The other way is Trump came, released his meme coin. You know, Solana was in an uptrend somewhat, broke down. Trump came out, released a meme coin on Solana. It pumped, but still down, right? So I do feel like if that cannot save Solana, then what can? Solana is a good trading coin at the moment, right? Buy it here, sell it here, that's fine. Solana goes right into the meh category, right? Above Corpo though, because it's safer. But it's not that I'm saying like, wow, buy Sol. I mean, again, you might as well buy Bitcoin. You get the same returns, but you take less risk. So why would you? Then again, it's holding up way better than other altcoins. So yeah. Next up, we have what the hell is this again? Oh, they had a new logo. Rune. Lately had a small correction. Let me take a look how the Rune chart is looking right now. So if we look at Rune, which I can as soon as I have it right here, Rune USD divided by BTC USD. Let's take a look how that is looking at the moment. Yeah, it came down a lot lately. And look, you can say like, yeah, it only came down because of that and that news. Eventually, the chart, again, is where the money is. News doesn't really matter that much, right? Charts do, right? And Rune it did show like, hey, it broke it, right? It was already doing bad, and it was already here, right? Then the bad news came and it broke, right? But without the bad news, it was already, if Rune was just a little stronger, it was sitting higher, and then it didn't have to break this. So you can say whatever you want. Rune is weak right now. Now, the thing about Rune at the moment is that it has been underperforming since May 2021. It seemed like it was holding it. Now it doesn't. So yeah, it's going to look probably for the next support, which is this right here, right? Where it kind of came up. That's the next level, right? Unless it kind of bounces out of nowhere here, it could, right? But it is possible that Rune goes down another 12 up till 50%, right? For the next support level. So I would not buy this right now. I would see what it does over here, right? But it is definitely one of the charts with a lot of history that is still looking weak because it's sitting at a level where it was since 2020. So yeah, I don't know. It hasn't been worth it, really. And therefore, I would put Rune all the way back in the meh. I wouldn't necessarily scream that it is bad because it has something to fall back on, but it really has to prove itself at least. Next one is Ultra, the steam of crypto, right? Well, let's take a look how the steam of crypto is looking like at the moment. Don't I have it right there? Fuck. UOS BTC. Maybe we can get full history on this chart. Would be nice. Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, nice. Oh, this is a real alt drawing. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. No. Ultra, I mean, the lowest of the lowest support points has been broken. It went down, tried to get up, didn't even retest that point, and went down again. So Ultra is awful. I mean, against Bitcoin, it has lost so far 98%. Can you imagine being in a way higher risk asset and losing 98% on your Bitcoin? What the, and Bitcoin being way higher in the meantime on its dollar pair. Oh my God, the reckoning and missing out combined in one chart. Like this chart, do you know what this chart looks like? Like a fucking big middle finger. So no, that's not the chart that we need, right? And yeah, I tried to like, hey, can I make something out of this? But no. Okay, no. Ultra bad, and I would put it. Look, I mean, Carrot is newer, right? It can at least prove itself. Ultra has had chances already. I would put it. At least XRP can bounce sometimes. So let's put it behind XRP. Next up, Seedify, S-Fund. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, look, what I said, launchpads kind of don't belong in this list because they should be the exception to the rule, right? Because you do not need this token to go up to make money. I have made a lot of money with Seedify, and yeah, look at this chart. However, chart-wise, it's not sitting at a bad level. I mean, high, low, high, low, high, fair enough, right? Then again, these lower highs occur during non-alt seasons. This was alt season. So if we get alt season, then it might take out these highs. Also, yeah, last time it said at this level, it flew. Right? So if anything, this is a big fat fucking opportunity right here. And this is personally on top of my buying list. It's a great hold. And I would put it below AVAX, as AVAX is safer. But yeah, chart-wise, it's not a big difference. It's both great. Illuvium, almost there, guys. Hold on. You can do it. Illuvium. I don't have it here. The crypto game that had a lot of hype, right? I mean, it's one of the best looking crypto games out there. Chart-wise, sucks fucking hard, right? Cannot say anything else about it. I mean, again, this shows that quality does not always matter in crypto, right? The stage of the market is more important. This is the stage of the market where altcoins get wrecked, where people don't have interest in crypto gaming at the moment, apparently, right? And Illuvium, unfortunately, shows that very well on its chart. There's not a piece of real support. Maybe you could have said like, well, this maybe and this, right? But every time here as well, it had support, broke down, right? Tried to retest, got rejected. Then we had this support right here, a little bit, support, broke, right? So every time it finds a little support and it breaks. Illuvium would be, I love the project. I like what they do. And I can't say anything else about that. Chart-wise, I would never buy this. Never. Not as long as it looks like this, at least. Right? This chart is terrible. And for all we know, it can go down another 60, 70, 80%. You know that, right? So I would say, yeah, sorry, but it looks just like Engine Starter, basically. Right? Except Illuvium is not a piece of shit team, and they are doing a great job, and Engine Starter isn't. Super first, the proof that like, hey, crypto gaming is dead. Then why does a chart pumps so freaking hard during a non-alt season? 11x against Bitcoin. This was the period where Bitcoin also was pumping. I think Superverse did like a 20x, something like that. Crazy. Came down, a lot of inflation to this point, came down, broke it, a lot of resistance for a long time. Big spike, support, here again. What an insane buying opportunity this is. Again, it can go lower. Definitely, I think if it breaks, then it can go down another, what is this? 60%, 396 sats, right? That's 396. Around here, 55% could happen, right? So, risky. But if this was so much resistance, then that could be good support as well. So with Superverse, for me, this is obviously a token that I would say DCA half, DCA the other half. So Superverse is a great hold. And this is going to here, right after ChainGPT, before Prime. Next one is unclear to me. What is this? What was this coin? Algo. Okay. I don't look at Algo much. Algorand. Algorand, funny. Also, it's a little like the XRP thing, right? A little older coin, and it had a really decent hype in the previous cycle, but it's like not doing that great lately. All right, a lot of sideways. I like the chain though. It's fast, it's cheap. But who the fuck builds an Algorand? Like, have you ever seen projects like, hey, we're releasing on Algo? I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's not the point, FOMO. Algo. Okay, it's not here. Algo BTC. How do you look? You look somewhat hopeful. Somewhat hopeful. Let me put it like that. I mean, this chart has been like terrible. It's not a good looking chart. Let me be very clear about that. But it's, oh my God, this is so hard to say, man. I don't know. It has been support here, right? Let me put it like this, actually. It has been support here. It has been support at the lower side of it. But it's such a big range. I don't know. It's at least not sitting lower than where it was in June 2023, right? And that's also relative to the altcoin market, you know. And after June 2023, the altcoin market had a really decent pump. Algo had a pump of 100%, right? The rest of the altcoin market on average had a pump of 70%. So Algo also outperformed a little bit. In the long term, I don't like it that much. But if anywhere, then this is the level. So not yet, let it cool off. It just had a big pump and it's cooling off at the moment. So let's see how far it can cool off. At that moment, if it can hold this low, then it's an insane buy. If it can't, then it's trash. So it's hard to say. So I'm gonna put it in the middle for now. And I would say it is meh. To the go. Volker Forged had a big hype. I held Volker Forged for a while. Sold it months ago, maybe a year. I'm not sure anymore. Why? For one very simple reason. The chart looks like crap. I'm very curious how it's looking now. Let me check. Yes. I didn't solve myself for nothing. Right? And sometimes, again, like I'm not sure where I sold it. I think it was here at that breakdown point somewhere. I sold it, and you could be like, oh, yeah, it's the worst time ever to sell it. I prevented another 73% loss, and I made money on that with something else, right? So sometimes you look at a chart and be like, okay, let's take the loss, right? This is a great example of why you sometimes should do that. Volker Forged, down only, terrible. It's sitting at new lows. Basically, last week it made a new low, right? Not looking good. So I would say, I would put it, I would rather buy Carrot at some point than Volker Forged. And then the last one, Uniswap. Why did I choose Uniswap? I mean, it's like the multi-chain DEX, right? The use case is there, right? People use Uniswap all the freaking time. So if it has a token, we should at least look at it. So let's look at it. Uni. Don't I have it here? Uni BTC. Let's take a look at Uni. Yeah, no. What? This is a weird looking chart. Uni USD divided by Bitcoin USD. Let me try if I can get a better one. This goes back to September 2020. Yeah, okay, this has more history. So Uni, look, I mean, I don't know what to say about this, actually. It kind of showed like, hey, this is support right here. Here. Kind of broke down. Tried to reclaim. Didn't really work. Below it again. You can also say that it's still above it if you draw it like this. It's at least holding the November 2023 lows. And November 2023, that's the problem, wasn't really a low for the altcoin market, right? That was the period where the altcoin market was outperforming and Uniswap was making a low by then. So Uniswap did show like, hey, even if the market is pumping, we go down, right? Now, simply the fact that it's holding this so far makes me not 100% bearish, but I would definitely not buy this. So for me, it's a meh at the back. Meh at the back. So if you want me to do another video with other altcoins, let me know. I'm gonna add them. That's even better. It's even more unbiased. This contains coins that are looked at more often and some random coins. Again, Altseason tier list, right? Altseason tier list. So great alts, Render, AVEX, Edify, Ronin, ChangeUPT, Superverse, Prime, OXO, Supra. Did I really? VRA, I would say like Near, Delicium, Chainlink, Tau, and SPX also very well. I would, if you have any of those, oh, Uniswap, by the way, I put you in the meh, right? I don't know where, here. No, I don't know. Here. If you hold any of these bad coins, let me put it like this. If I would hold them, I would sell them right away. I would, crap charts, right? Some projects are even looking like crap by now. Most of them are great projects with crap charts, right? The meh is like, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be there, bro. The meh is like, nah, maybe. Decent is like, okay, not fully convinced, but it could be something. Good alts, just good alts and great alts. That will make sure that Altseason is going to benefit these coins as well. So I want to wrap it up. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the bell notification on. And I'll see you guys very soonish.